it was triple positive in my left breast, and I was 5 years out, and I demanded a CT at 5 years. 5 years had come and gone, and I'd forgotten about that CT I'd asked about. At the end of about 5.5 years in, the doctor had called and said, hey, your Aromacin that you're on is messing with your depression medicine. So they needed to get me off one of them because they were affecting my QT interval with my heart. And I have a strong family history with heart disease. So he wanted to take me off my depression medicine I had been on forever. Wasn't real happy about that. But for 4 months, we juggled with it and couldn't come to a good solution. So I just decided to go off of trimethoprim, switch over to an AI. At that point, I switched over to an AI and switched over to Zoladex. No, is that it? I'm drawing a blank. They gave the shots and I went into menopause so I could start the AI. And I started to have a period, which I haven't had for the longest time. And it went on for about 6 weeks. I had multiple pap smears come back inconclusive. And at that point, I got a frantic call from my oncologist's office telling me that I had a CT scheduled for the next day and to get my, to make sure that I cleared my plate and I was there. So I showed up the next day, had a CT. That was a Thursday. We were hoping to hear that same day because usually we do, but we hadn't heard anything. Friday came, went, still didn't hear anything. They waited throughout the weekend, called us on Monday. It was the first day of my husband's Christmas break. It was in December 16th. And they called and told us I had a nodule in my lung. So I knew instantly that it was cancer. And we waited till my mom got home, went and delivered the news. They're baffled. They say everybody in Pittsburgh gets lung nodules. I have a nodule, my mom's saying, and it was nothing. My dad's like, I worked in the steel mills. I have nodules. So it's nothing, we live in Pittsburgh. We got bad air. I was like, Mom, no, I had breast cancer. This is more serious. They were more in denial about things. And then we drove over to my sister's and told her husband, who's a nurse, and my 3 nieces that the cancer was most likely back. And that was hard. That was a very hard conversation to have.